So, first I want to come on here and say I appreciate y'all checking out the last few videos. It's been, some support has been really good. It feels good to, be able to get on and share your voice and, kind of talk to the people. And, that's something I always felt like I wasn't really, good at doing until like I recently just started to see how I communicated with people around me. Just kind of take a step back and say, how am I in this situation? How do I talk to this person, or how am I talking to this person? So now, from my understanding, is interpersonal communication is the best. It's top tier. It's the way we understand each other. It's the way it's the way we engage. Truthfully, interpersonal communication is, I want to say, it's a pillar that a lot of us kind of take for granted. Like, I'm still huge on in-person interaction. So like being with a few folks, being able to be outside and have some conversations, or even just to see how people react. See how people emotionally react, because I think that that's something that we're built on. And for reference, a few years ago, we were put in a situation where a lot of us really couldn't interact with each other, and a lot of us kind of felt that weight, because we take it for granted. A lot of us take it for granted. At least I did. I'll admit that. I could say I take it for granted. But I enjoy every moment of, the time that I was out. I enjoy being around people. I enjoy seeing folks. I enjoy talking to people. So it's safe to say I can say I got it wrong about the importance of always being in groups and in communicating with a lot of people at a time, because sometimes you kind of need to slow down from that fast pace. Sometimes you kind of need to slow down and stay away from that group, just to give yourself some time to recharge, reset, understand what you want to do. Maybe get yourself some bearings, anchor yourself down into something, somewhere, someplace, so to repackage that a little bit, because I know I might have ranted a little, while we all enjoy and spending a lot of time with a lot of folks, especially our loved ones, and especially spending time with people that we know we can communicate with, we can interact with, and it's flawless, it's also good to take some time for yourself. It's also good to put yourself in, in a room by yourself and have those conversations with yourself. Ask yourself, what do you really want? I find myself doing it quite a bit. I'm always talking and saying like, hey, like, Corey, what do you really want to do? What do you truly want to do? What direction are you trying to go? And that's kind of where I got the idea to just hop on here and talk to y'all. I'm like, a lot of these conversations I'm having with myself, and right now I'm looking at the camera and I'm looking at myself, but I'm having these same sort of conversations. So that's why some of it kind of sounds like a little ranty, because like I'm trying to run my thoughts together, but also process a decent video for y'all. So that's why I'm really doing a lot of heavy editing. I'm not doing a lot of like color grading and stuff like that. The point of this is just to be as raw as possible, to be as real, and just really open up. Talk about some, like I said, talk about life struggles, talk about struggles that y'all might be going through, talk about some things that we all can relate to. We really want to be like these strong people. We want to, in the face of adversity, and but it's also okay to admit when you've been defeated. Admit when you've crashed. When you've hit the bottom. And when I say bottom, I mean just a subjective bottom, because the bottom ain't gonna be the same for everybody. Just like the top is not going to be the same for everybody. One win to a person is like 1,000 to another. You know, so everything is perspective. Like this whole thing is perspective. And I think one of the main things that, you know, I often find myself kind of battling with is maintaining a perspective that allows me to see what I'm engaged in or what I'm like my interest, but try to see it from someone else's point of view. And I think it's important for us to be able to do that. I think it's important for us to be able to, you know, interact in a way in which we can sympathize and empathize and understand, but still hold that original, hold the originality. You know, like my moral compass is my moral compass versus someone else's moral compass. You know, but there are bases, you know, in which, you know, you shouldn't steal from somebody, you shouldn't physically hurt a person, like things of that nature. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about. Like, it's important that we give ourselves a little bit more credit when we do feel what another person feels, because it's like, man, like I really made a connection. Like, you know, this person is struggling and, you know, unable to do, you know, what they want to do, or, you know, or what's important for them, or even what they might be interested in. You know, it's sometimes it can be it's a little painful to feel those things, but I think it's important. It's important to feel those feelings, because that's a part of this experience of life. You know, that's the point that we're here for. In my opinion, we're here to interact with each other. We are here to learn from each other. And we are also here to guide others, you know, in whatever way that you may be able to do so. It's not easy, because even in this process of, you know, living life, like, we still have to live our lives, and we also still have to, you know, guide ourselves. And one of the best ways you can guide yourself is, you know, you can allow Jesus into your life, allow Christ in your life, you know, or at least try to walk that path, whatever, you know. And if you subscribe to another religion, or whatever the case, or if you don't believe, still, like, give yourself, like, have some purpose, have a destination. You know, as I said in my video from last night, it's important to be useful. You know, you want to be useful, because, you know, I think that's the most satisfaction is, you know, being useful. That's for someone else. You know, lending a helping hand to another. You know, we are all brothers and sisters in arms in this battle of life. You know, or in this crazy roller coaster of emotions that is life. So, give yourself some credit, because, you know, we're all still learning. It don't matter what age you are in life. You know, life is a learning process. You won't know everything. There's going to be new ideas that come up after we're all gone. And it's going to be like that. So, you know, to close out, man, approach life from the standpoint of you trying to see it from someone else's eyes. I think that'll give you the best perspective one can hope for. Yeah, and like I said, I've always been one that wanted to move fast pace, and just be involved and be around, and, you know, and I'll do that a lot, but I don't give enough time for myself to really unpack a lot of my thoughts. So a lot of that is going to be here on this channel. A lot of thought unpacking. So a lot of different stories to share with y'all. A lot of different information to talk about, and then some topics that y'all might want to hear about. You know, like, let me know in the comments, you know, or if you know me personally, man, shoot me a message, you know, hit me up and let me know what you might wanna talk about or get whatever conversation started, you know, just let me know. And until then, I'm gonna just continue to put out, you know, these videos, and my hope is that it resonates with somebody, you know, resonates with, if it just resonates with one or two people, I'm cool with that, you know, that's a connection in my book. So, yeah. I'm gonna stop ranting. I'm gonna stop rambling. I'm gonna let y'all get back to whatever it is y'all doing. But I hope y'all are doing well at it. And I hope y'all have a blessed evening, night, morning, whenever you're watching this. And yeah, I'll see y'all later. Peace.